Welcome to Realfire videos. In this video, we're going to go through the field security feature, which is introduced in Realfire version 4.1, and it is available in the Enterprise Edition. So this feature allows you to visualize the fields of a particular object and their security across all the profiles and the permission sets in your org. So you get a one complete picture of all the fields within an object and all the profiles and the permission sets. To access it, select any of the objects and go to a tab called the field security. And when you go there for the very first time, this is the default view that you get, and the view is split into two different sections. On the top, you have toolbar that has various controls that lets you manage, and the bottom we have the content area where it actually visualizes the data. To start fetching the data, so click on refresh and you select the profiles and the permission sets. Click on that one, and that should give access to that should go and fetch all the details uh, for every profile and the permission set in our arc. And keep in mind that if you have a lot of fields in an object, and if you have a lot of profiles and the permission sets, so this particular process can take a while. So we'll come to point how to minimize that time. But once you have the data fetched, it should lay out in this particular fashion. So here on the left, on the rows, we have the fields of this object laid out with the field label and the field name information, and in the columns we have the profiles and the permission set laid out. So the each profile, each field, each column indicates a one profile of the one permission set. It contains 4 bits of information. One is the label of the profile of the permission set itself, whether it is a profile of the permission set. If it is a star, indicates it's a standard profile of the standard permission set, and of course the license of this particular permission sets of the profile. So you see that all the information. So if any of the rows, the size of the row that's shown by default is not sufficient to see the data, you can expand them. If you just want to expand, all the rows, all the columns at the same time, you can select all of them and you can make adjustment like this. Okay, so once you here, each cell indicates the level of access this field has in this particular profile or permission set. So for example, if you take this cell that is for account number and the custom marketing profile, it has a edit access. And if a particular field has the read only or a read access, you will see an eye icon. And if the field has no access, you will see this no entry icon. So that kind of indicates, what level of access user has. To modify the changes, you can select any of the cell that you would like, and you can click one of these three options. So this will indicate, give appropriate the permission for that. And so here you can, for example, you can click here and you can see through the data. And if the change has been made, and if the access is different than the access that we initially retrieved with, the cell is highlighted in a light yellowish tint. So that indicates that particular cell something is changed. If you want to know what access has been changed, you can hover over. You'll get a tooltip indicating what was initially and what is now. Or if you want to revert the changes, you can select them and you can click on this icon to revert the changes. So if you notice that in this particular field, and irrespective of we click edit, actually it's give a view access. It is because it's a view only field, like a formula field, or if it is created by, or if it is a field that it cannot be edited. So the maximum access it will grant is the read. You can of course select multiple fields and make changes to them. For example, you can select fields like that and give appropriate permission, or you can select the whole columns and give permission for the column. In this case, the changes in that column will be made. Or you can also select individual fields like this, and you can make changes to them this way. So in this case, all the profiles in that particular row will be made. You can limit what fields that you show here and what profiles in the permission set using these fields. This searches the fields. For example, let's say just want to show all the fields containing the test and the test permission set. So you have only one, and of course you get that combination. And in this case, let's say if you were to have multiple, let's say we have a multiple custom permission set, and if you select all of them and you make a change, it'll make change only for the visible the permission sets of the fields. In this case, I've selected all the cells and trying to give edit access. And if you notice that only that particular field has been given the edit access, every other field would be the standard one, or the value that initially came with. So once you're happy how the assignment is, you can go and save changes, and the changes will be saved. And if there is an error, you will get a pop-up indicating that change has been there was an error indicating, and you can make you can see what the error is, and you can go ahead and make changes appropriated to fix errors, and you can save them again. So here you can see that changes have been made, and once on the save, the changes have been saved, and once the changes are saved, the updated the background will be reset. So now we show it's a latest change as it is. So you can confirm that by going and refreshing one more time if you want, so that it will refetch everything from Salesforce as it is, as it is available in Salesforce. You can confirm that the appropriate changes have been made by visualizing one more time, and you can sync the data. So if you care about only a few profiles and the permission sets that you always make changes to, you can create profiles and the permission set groups. And these profiles and the permission set groups, they are stored at connection level. So and they are actually shared between the other features that needs the profiles and the permission set. For example, they are shared between the object security, the perm set assigner, and of course the field security in this particular tab. To access that, click on the refresh and manage profile, and you can create one of these custom profiles, and you can fetch only those. So because now you will be fetching the less information, so it's going to be of course faster than otherwise. Let's say just care about this custom profiles and the permission sets, and it will be noticeably faster compared to the fetching information for every profile and the permission sets available in your org. Let's give him. So you can visualize it, and of course you can make changes. And if you do make changes, the changes will be applied for only information that you have retrieved. Okay, so this is about the field security. So let us know what you think about this feature, and how this particular feature is gonna save the sanity and the help and the time it takes to manage this level of access. And let us know if you have any feedback or enhancement request. We can improve this further for your needs. Thank you.